Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to the Ashes of Creation discussion round, the longest running podcast for Ashes of Creation. Hope everybody's having a good week. And yes, we're back to back. Back again because we had to push one episode because of bad internet, but now we're back to back, and yeah.
Backstreet's back tonight.
Okay, everybody, that was the Ashes of Creation discussion round for today.
Hey, what you got against Backstreet Boys, huh?
We didn't sing enough of it to be copyright.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, like, come on, guys. Okay, so what are we going to talk about first today?
Cosmetics. Or we can continue off with so there's two topics really to talk about. There's continuing from the live stream, going off of like the stuff we didn't talk about last week, which was kind of the 3D renders and stuff like that. There's also the cosmetics for this month, and if we want to, we could throw in the fact that today's the last day of the alpha.
Basil, why don't you pick for a change?
Cosmetics. Let's go.
All right. So which cosmetics do you want to talk about?
One of this month's cosmetics. We missed last month's cosmetics. We can't talk about those We can't talk about last month.
Last month cosmetics, those were those with the ducks and the elves and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can skip those. We can completely skip those. Who wants to?
You didn't like them?
The hater of elves.
Dude, anything elf is literally, I'm like, okay, cool. I just completely. No, just no elves. No, thank you. Okay, so let's get back to the point. Faisal, you said these cosmetics are Viking-like.
This is pre-show stuff. This is pre-show stuff, and just to clarify, Faisal and BCG are both tired as fuck out of it. So just to preference this.
Hey, I've made that claim before. I might be tired. I've done this claim before. I'm
tired as well. We're gonna
Viking and fucking North South Eastern cultured. It's a mix of both.
To be fair, it is called the Fellbark Berserker set.
See, I win, BCG. It has the goddamn Berserker name on it. So suck it.
Just because it has the Berserker on it doesn't mean it's freaking Viking-like. Because the armor to me looks way more like plate armor than anything Viking-like.
I definitely think this is like a wooden plate armor, kind of like a warrior druid.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So if it's druids, that's more like Britain, right?
No.
Yes.
No. I think druid. No, I think that actually has like a more of a Roman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When the Romans invaded England, or when they tried to take over Britannia, the druids of the Irish tribes or whatever, they played like a role in the whole fighting back the Romans. So I get what you're saying by Viking-like, but I still say it's a bit more I don't know.
It's Celtic culture.
Yeah, Celtic. More like a mix between like, Britannia and all that stuff. All right, let's start from the top. Let's start with the mask.
The thing is, I don't see like it has horns and stuff.
It's more like a scully crown.
Yeah, those are not horns. Those are fucking branches.
Exactly. That's why I'm not saying it's druid. Druid is like it's alchemy alone.
It's more like a wild hunt kind of set.
Druids are not alchemy. Druids are freaking.
No, I'm
nature.
saying it in a historical sense from what standpoint you took the druid from, which is you took it from.
Let's just get to the looks, because honestly, I'll be honest, I really dig the look of this cosmetic set.
Mm-hmm.
I was really close to buying it, and then I'm like, the price, and I don't know how the 3D render looks.
All right, bottom.
Of course, you can see it.
Going down from the mask, the frayed visage. The frayed visage.
Afraid with it.
Mask.
Yes.
It looks like a Bionicles mask. I'm gonna be honest right there.
Like a what?
It reminds me of Bionicles.
Bionicles?
You know, the Lego Warriors.
I could see that. I could see that, and I think I know which face you're talking about too. Let me see.
I don't know what you're talking
Like
about.
straight up, when I look at it, I'm getting flashbacks to the Mask of Light movie from growing up, like watching that as a kid.
Oh. Like the Jim Carrey movie one?
And I don't was it Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey played the mask. That's what I'm like. That's what I'm getting.
No, not that. But I could see that. Nah, that was more like a full face mask. No, it wasn't. No. Bionicle. So if you don't, I'm not gonna go into Bionicles. Fuck it. Look up Bionicles BCG. It's a Legos thing.
Okay, it's a leg. Oh, wait. Okay, I don't remember now which ones you mean. I got a...
BCG, you uncultured swine.
Uncultured swine.
I played Legos before fucking Bionicles were a thing.
Yeah.
I played the good Legos, not that modern crap.
The good Lego.
The good Legos. I played the good Legos. I mean,
a lot of Bionicles.
I really dig the mask, but here's the thing, and this goes not just for the mask, it goes for the whole set. This is like a set where I'm like, this looks really freaking dope, and I want it, but I'm kind of scared to see how the 3D render looks.
The 3D renders usually look either the exact same or they look even better. Most of the time when we get a 3D render of a cosmetic, I can't think of a cosmetic that has come to a 3D render that hasn't looked better.
The sorrow thing. No. The sorrow thing.
Sorrows, huh? All right, we had problems with it at first, but then you said you liked the new version.
I say it looks good, but if you're asking me which one looks better, the 3D render or the concept art, I'm gonna clearly say the concept art.
I'm still, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. There you go, right there.
I like the new version. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm still not happy with the fact that it turns you straight up turns you into an undead thing. Like, it's more like a full-on skin. We're not getting into that.
No, we're just talking about how look-wise. Yes, the Sorrow one and the concept art to it both look good, right? But personal taste, I would say the concept art looks better than the 3D render. And that's what keeps me from buying this. I might buy the mask in the house, right? But I don't think I'm gonna buy the full set. All right, let's see. What's the next thing?
The pet.
The Reg Triflacia.
Yeah.
What does it remind me of? It reminds me of something.
I don't know what it's called.
I know what it reminds me of. I just can't remember it because, like I was saying it all the week it came out, and then I can't remember what the fuck it was.
It reminds me of a zombie-like creature.
A zombie-like creature?
Oh, Resident Evil. It reminds me of Resident Evil, one of the bosses.
There we go.
Bosses on Resident Evil. That's it. Thank you, Faisal. I was like,
oh no, you know what it reminds me?
What?
Okay, you both might be too young for this. I think the majority of people watching might be too young for this. Way back in the day, there was a Godzilla movie where he.
Okay.
I know Bylante. I know Bylante.
Okay, I
Fuck
wasn't
you
sure.
if it's too young for me.
You know how old that movie is, and that's what
I love that movie. Shut the fuck up.
What's it called? Godzilla versus Bylante.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like my first big Godzilla crush. So yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
But he's got like a gator face. Like, he's a plant monster, but he's got like a gator face.
How does he have a gator face? It's literally a flower.
No, I'm talking like the Bylante.
Oh yeah, but that's towards the end. I mean, the first version of the thing, it doesn't transform till later.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have rewatched the movie. Are we gonna rewatch that movie tonight? I mean, you know what I really dig about these cosmetics?
What?
No fucking mushrooms.
It's a swamp set without mushrooms.
I know. That's like, yes, no mushrooms. So happy. All right, then moving on. Okay, so that's the mount, right?
Yeah, this is the mount.
Yeah, I'm
the
definitely
grave beast.
Yeah, I'm definitely buying that. I'm sorry. That's just if they can get the moss and everything right, that will be badass. I'm sorry, that will just straight up be badass.
100%. It's
Basil, wake up.
it
Yeah, I wonder
looks
how
great.
I wonder how big it's gonna be.
That's a good question too. How big is it gonna be? It looks like it's fucking huge.
I think it might be as tall as the Bone Strider, just and wider. The Bone Strider is pretty tall.
Bone Strider, I want to say it's probably bigger than Bone Strider, just by like that way, like look at the saddle and that's where your guy goes.
I mean, yeah, the Bone Strider saddle is also pretty up high.
I don't know.
But I think it's normal. I mean, if it's normal size, then I don't know. Would be kind of sad if it's normal sized. Okay, so let's see. So the Fell Bark Berserker set. Basil,
What?
what do you think?
Yay?
Yeah, is this all you got? It's just yay.
All right,
I mean,
sorry.
it looks dope. What do you mean? Like,
Is there with the grave
like-
beast still?
It's a berserker. It's the armor set.
it's
Okay.
the armor set. I already said where I thought it came from, and I think it looks really dope.
I have
More
one.
so than Warrior Druid. But I don't know if I said that this run or if I said it in pre-show. But I want to say Wild Hunt.
Yeah, I get that Wild Hunt, but I have one issue with that whole skin.
Yeah.
Because this is one. The issue that I have with the skin is, you see how the like tree bark and all that tree skin and all that stuff, yeah,
Mhm.
how that looks, how that will look 3D rendered.
They're really good. Like, so if you zoom into the armor even now inside the alpha, you zoom in, they do really good at like the fine little details, like the textures on things. Like they're like texture wise, they're pretty good at doing that stuff. So I'm not too worried about the bark looking like bark armor.
I am a little bit. You see, like right now, I'm trying to figure out: do I want to buy this? Or do I not want to buy this?
I would.
But
All right. So if you don't buy it, you're gonna miss out on it because it's a one-time buy thing, and the cosmetics usually turn out like the 3D renders still turn out like either just as good or better than. Very rarely do they not, or barely do I have a problem with when they come out with the 3D render. And people that don't end up buying stuff usually have like buyer's remorse, like, man, I really wish I would have gotten that.
I mean, I missed out on cosmetics that afterwards I said, I maybe should have bought that, but I'm
Is
not
it
like
still buyer's
super...
remorse if you don't buy something?
It's not buyer's remorse if you don't buy something, right?
I don't know what it's called.
All right. Anyways, moving on. Sorry, like I said, I'm tired.
They still put weapons in to each of the cosmetics, but they've already stated several times that the weapons aren't part of the cosmetics. So like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just to make it look cooler.
Yeah, definitely
Well,
it's definitely there to make it look cooler, but
I mean, it doesn't mean that it won't be in game.
this is true.
I mean, yeah,
This is true.
you probably will be able to get that weapon in game, but if you're gonna be able to match it with that skin, I mean, if you wear the skin from the start, then yeah, certainly at some point, but will it be end game? That's the question. All right, moving on to the caravan. Digging the beast, like I said earlier, but I feel like the caravan doesn't fit to
How does it not fit?
Like, not the texture of it, like that fits more like the overall build of the caravan. Like, for example, if you look up and if you look at everything in this cosmetic set, right, including which we're gonna get to in a bit, the house, it's all more like a little bit Eastern, a little bit more brutal, maybe even a little bit Celtic, and that.
This is like a square English carriage.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. If you know, you remember that one caravan skin that looks like a snowplow that was carrying like tree stumps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like that would have been a way better fit than this.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
BCG, you at least should be happy. It's not a pumpkin and Cinderella themed, okay?
Yeah.
I would have loved the giant pumpkin. Fuck you. But no, it's August. It's the August cosmetic. So like, I don't. What's an August theme thing?
I don't know. Does August have a theme?
But I agree. Like, yeah, August has a theme. I agree with you. It would have probably been better if they didn't go like for like a square thing. It definitely looks like it's made out of wood. It looks like it's made out of wood.
Yeah, I know, but having something more Celtic, I think would have been a better fit.
Yeah.
Put a bolt on it.
Which is funny because when you go down to the house and we just call the gray cage. By the way, I need to talk to somebody about picking these names. Like the housing, the thing looks Eastern again. So you got like European, Celtic, stuff, and then you have Eastern. So this like theme wise or like just theme wise, it's kind of all over the place when it comes to taking inspiration from different like time eras or civilizations. Like I dig it. I really dig it. I just feel like the caravan and the house, they don't seem to fit really together. What do you guys think?
No, I agree with the caravan. Out of all of these, looks like kind of out of place with how like square. Like, yeah, you can even kind of see it like with that little like window thing it has in the middle of the carriage. Like I don't know what that is. It looks very. The carriage definitely looks more like what you would hear from like a Cinderella or like more of an Eastern, not Western style fantasy, like Witch in the Woods, or like someone being taken to the ball in a carriage in a fantasy carriage made out of some magical things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, the housing, again, I dig the whole cosmetic set. It's just like, remember how we always talk about, our, like, the housing, and if the environment is going to look the same or it's going to change the looks of it, like the surrounding area?
Yeah, it's not going to change.
Yeah, I know, it's not going to change. So with this one, again, it's just going to be a moss-covered house. Right?
Yeah, it's going to be a moss-covered house.
Didn't we have that before?
I mean,
didn't we have that with the first Vec?
Yeah, with the like the last swamp set which wasn't too long ago.
I think it's a little bit different when it comes to the building design, no?
It's still Japanese kind of architecture. Yeah, it's still Japanese architecture. So
it's more of the Chinese one more than Japanese.
It's got Asian architecture.
Yeah.
But I think what BCG is saying is that like with the swamp, you're not going to get all that water when you place it on the house. It's going to be the moss-covered Asian architecture inside whatever biome you place this in. So you place it in a snow biome, it's going to be a moss-covered, swampy-looking Japanese Asian house inside a snow biome. You place it in a grassland biome. You place it in a volcanic area. Mountainous terrain, etc. Underrealm. If you feel you can get housing an underrealm because we know there's gonna be nodes in the underrealm. Like imagine you put freeholds in the underrealm as well.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing that I have, right?
Yeah.
I dig the way it looks. I really dig the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the environment in which the house stands gives the house or the freehold skin a lot of its flair, right? And if you take that away, or if that doesn't change, it would look rather silly. Like for example, if you would put
I don't know
if you would take an igloo and put it right in the middle of the desert, it would look silly. Without the ground
so an
changing.
igloo in the middle of the desert, yes. If this was placed in the middle of the desert, I'd still probably agree with you. But this going anywhere else, like this going in a snow biome, this going in a forest area, this going to a grassland area, volcanic area, it looks like without the swampy atmosphere, it just looks like a rundown, like ancient rundown Asian building.
You know what? I just realized that this house, from an architect point of view, is kind of large. What if this could maybe be?
I'll be right back.
Could maybe be like a guild hall. I feel like that would be a better fit for this particular skin than just a skin for normal freehold. I feel like if this would be a skin for a guild hall or guild housing, that would make way more sense.
Why would it though? Just because of it?
Go look at like Japanese like houses or castles that are built similar, that have like these 3 like rooftops, and they're always rather big, rather large.
I mean, sure, but like again, we're talking about a guild hall, something massive.
I know that's what I'm saying.
It's like, big, but it's not massive.
Look at the front. Look at the front door. That looks more like a gate than it looks like a door.
I still think it looks like a door. I think you could definitely do a guild hall in this theme, but it would be much more larger, and it'd be like a temple than it would be.
Yeah, and temples are big. Like
temples are big. That's what I'm saying. It would be a temple, or it would be. This just looks like a large house.
Like not necessarily a temple. It's just going to be like in layers, different. Like instead of it being like stacked 1, 2, 3, but now you would see it expand from one side, like a court area, and then you would have on the right side being it stacked to 1 and 2 and 3, and it becomes a little bit larger in size. If they want to stick with the same theme, but I don't mind it being both with any, honestly.
Like honestly, watching this deck, this pack in general, I just wish we had more customization options when it comes to the like land our freehold stand on. Because that would make it way cooler.
That make it way cooler if you could customize like the terrain it stands on, but a patch, like a square patch of swamp in the middle of a desert or a middle of like, you're gonna see patch like if we allow people to do that, or they allow people to do that, you're just gonna see a bunch of patchwork.
I mean, you're gonna have that one way or another because you're gonna have snow buildings.
Building wise is different than
but buildings,
entire patches of land that have different.
But here's the thing: if you think about it from a cosmetic point of view, the first thing you see when going somewhere is the building. You don't see the ground necessarily, or you don't look at the ground necessarily right from the start. So you're gonna see snow buildings in the desert, or I don't know, volcanic, temples in grassland areas. You're gonna have that one way or another. So it's gonna be patchworky one way or another. So commit to people having the customization options and giving them the option to customize their freehold a little bit more, so it doesn't look too patchworky. If somebody wants to live on a freaking volcano, give them the option to change at least the ground to something more volcano-like. Don't do the sky like they did in Wildside 2. That's too much, but at least that would be a cool thing to
I think
have.
it depends on how if you only have this square and you're turning the square, like if it's a perfect square of volcanic area in this snow biome, I think it would look ridiculous. If it's more or if the ground looks more organic, then I agree.
I mean, you're gonna have patchwork one way or another. There's no way around it.
I prefer the building, like some like buildings you can kind of work with more. Like you can say like I said earlier, this looks like a this looks like an old rundown building by itself.
Yeah.
You have the ice gazebo that they had for a couple Christmases ago. That you could say like that's a crystal gazebo or something like that. Like there's other ways to work with this kind of stuff. The volcanic pit you can't really like see.
I mean,
like
yeah, but still, you see, like I don't think being able to change the ground of your freehold is that big of a deal. It's a flat surface that you can change, so you can make your cosmetic look like they fit to your piece of land. I feel like that's reasonable.
I think it would look like, depending on like how the land works, it would look ridiculous.
Okay, so it's gonna look ridiculous one way or another because you gotta.
Granted, that's from a sky point of view. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I'm talking from a player point of view. So from a player point of view, it's gonna look ridiculous one way or another. You're gonna have tree houses in the desert, snow biomes or snow houses in volcanic areas. So just for player enjoyment and for I don't know, role play or whatever freaking reason you want to pick, if they can make their freehold, which is their own piece of land, the way it looks, so if they can transform it into what they want it to look in that little square or space that they have, I don't see a problem with it. Because honestly, even if I have the dopest freaking house skin for my freehold, if I end up at a node where that dopest house skin does not really fit to the floor or it looks kind of weird, I probably will not be using that house skin. Giving people customization options for, you know, with stuff they buy, I think is not a big thing.
I don't know too many games that let you customize the land outside of an instanced home. Like instance home. If it's an open world home, like how these are gonna be, then you generally don't have like full reign of customization of the terrain. If it's an instance place, I fully agree. You should be able to customize it. I just don't know too many games. I can't name any off the top of my head that lets you customize the terrain.
Yeah, I don't know of any. Like Kellenor just said, apparently in Final Fantasy, many houses are just mismatched in the same place. And if you, I just say it would be cooler if people could create their own little, like, special place or whatever you want to call it. Because
instance. I agree with you, but I think you'd have to be. I think the housing would have to be instance at that point.
Yeah, but you see, like, I'm coming to the realization, then why even buy? Okay, so if you buy a freehold skin, you're starting to imagine how is my freehold gonna look? Because I can guarantee everybody that bought his first freehold skin thinks like, okay, my graveyard freehold is gonna look really dope. But then the ground looks like, I don't know, he's from Sunnyville. You know what I'm getting at? It's like,
nope.
How can you get what
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. I agree to a point. I just think it would look more weird to have like freehold, or like freehold, where you have a bunch of different freeholds. And if people can customize the terrain, you're gonna have snow, desert, and volcano all next to each other.
Yeah, but it would still look better than having freehold, darkness, priest, volcano, mushroom, and they're all on freaking, I don't know, sand. At least you have each.
Yes.
At least you can have each freehold with a different theme, making them unique instead of making it look like just crappy patchwork. That's what I'm getting at.
The buildings are gonna look like patchwork. Like
the buildings,
each individual. I'm saying like each individual freehold is probably gonna look patchworky as well, because you're not like, say you pick you could take 3 different cosmetics from 3 different themes and use whichever one you want, or like sell, like, because this one doesn't come with a armor smith cosmetic to go with this building. Like if I decide like, hey, I want to do this, and I want to do armor smithing, then on my freehold, then I don't have a blacksmithing skin to go with this. I don't remember when the last blacksmithing station was. Or if I want, there are plenty of shrines, so like I'm not gonna say that, but like if you pick the volcanic shrine to go with, I go with like your ice mausoleum, or ice not mausoleum, gazebo.
What I'm trying to say is pretty much, giving people customization option for something that they can put cosmetics in or on, for me, is a smart choice. Because that's also one of the reasons I haven't really bought any like freehold cosmetics in a while, because I did understand that there's a lot of factors that go into how my freehold is gonna look at the end. Right? If I put, like I said earlier, snow stuff onto a desert freehold, it's just gonna look silly and weird. And I'd rather have it look smooth and
I think you could still pull it off, but I agree with you that it would look like if you're not. It
would look like Final Fantasy, for God's sake. That housing system is horrible.
No, I'm saying like there are plenty of fantasy worlds or video games or anime that have it to where you'll see like an ice place or a crystal place, because ice you can turn it, you can flip it on its head and turn it, say like this is like a crystal place in the middle of a desert. And I think it's look, you can turn it like into a mirage kind of thing. You could definitely make it look good. My only gripe about the terrain thing is that, like, I have 2 gripes actually. Number one is like how organic is it gonna look? Is it gonna look like a flat out square of? Thank you. Is it gonna look like a flat out square of volcanic in this icy place, and is it going to
transition into the other area? That's what.
Yeah, is it gonna transition to it? And then also number 2 gripe is that, like, if depending on how close freeholds are to each other, if you can make like a little hamlet or a little town of your own and like do that, if they're super close to each other, then you have square, like you have biome in this desert area.
I mean, I would honestly prefer a biome, because that would be, I would like to see how each individual player like transmogs or sets up their individual freehold, and have like a little like open world instance thing, whatever. Like Wildset 2, like in Wildset 2, I used to jump into so many different houses just to see what other people did and to steal like ideas.
But that was
from
instance
them.
housing.
Yeah, I know, but it's 2021. When did Wildset come out? Holy shit! Technology moved on. We can do this. I mean, we're aiming for 500 versus 500 siege battles. Why can we not have customizable freehold grounds?
We can't have customizable freehold grounds. I'm saying that we can't have customizable freehold grounds open world. And I'm not saying it's impossible either. I'm just saying that
shouldn't be. I mean, it should be possible. Would be just.
Another way that would be interesting to do is basically make like crystals on top of those houses, and it would give that environmental look of it. Like, for example, snow, and it would integrate the cosmetic with the surrounding area, so it doesn't look that off to it.
Well, you can buy, you can buy like cosmetic special effects for your freehold,
like a storm cloud or in a volcanic area, like in a storm cloud or a snowy,
it's like something that you just put. Okay, so freehold is pretty much a box, right? And then you buy a cosmetic item that is I don't know, coated somewhere at the top of the box, and that thing is just like the weather effect for the whole cosmetic, for the whole freehold. So Steven, you're welcome for opening up another revenue avenue. All I'm saying is, to get back to the pack, because we went like way off track on this one. All I'm saying is, yes,
I think we did.
The housing cosmetic for August this one looks really, really dope, right? But for example, if I would be in a desert area and the surrounding area of that cosmetic, like it's shown in the concept art, is not the same, it would look kind of weird. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's
So
gonna look
warm here.
weird either way.
I know.
So I don't know. I picked the housing weird over the terrain weird.
I mean, honestly, the best thing any studio can do is just take Wildstar housing and make it open world.
But it.
Can you imagine how dope that would be?
They're taking an instance housing thing and then throwing it in the open world. That's a little harder to do.
I know, it's 2021. Figure something out. Holy shit, we're shooting billionaires up in fucking space. We're about to land on the fucking landing on Mars. Jesus.
We could have. I feel like we could have done that earlier.
Of course, we couldn't have done fucking.
But
earlier.
we didn't want to privatize space.
Oh no, we wanted to do other dumb shit and have wars and. Oh god damn it.
Look, man, I am paying for some fancy stuff to go to space. Just put me in a barrel and launch me.
Just put you in a barrel, put you in a cannon, then.
Pew!
If lost, sent back. Earth. Alright, what's the next topic?
We can continue talking about cosmetics, the freehold stuff. But the 3D renders from the
Live stream.
Alright,
let me grab that.
Ooh. Wasn't that the armor one? Question mark?
Yeah, there are a few, but yeah, there were 2 armor ones from the You had the first kind of like barbarian berserker set that finally got a 3D render, and then we saw the 3D render of the big heavy knight armor set that was that looks like Shredder. I think everyone thinks is under agreement. It looks like Shredder.
I don't see it.
You don't think that looks like Shredder?
You are blind, BCG. You are blind.
Okay, yeah, but the only things that look like Shredder is like this part of the helmet.
No, the entire helmet looks like Shredder.
Dude, have you ever freaking seen the Shredder helmet?
Yeah, I've seen the Shredder helmet. It's got the fucking blade at the top, and he's got a fucking like
which
fin
Shredder,
thing.
which Shredder are we talking about?
All right, so are we talking like the 1980s cartoon Shredder, or are we talking like the 1990s cartoon Shredder? No, the 1980s.
That's what I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
You saying 1980s? Okay, hold on.
Well, you have that one. You have the I think there was another, like the next cartoon was in the early 2000s on 4Kids. You had
this
all the comic book Shredders.
Okay, so this right here. Hold on. Ah, crap.
What's it called? I saw it as a Shredder and what's it called? Like the Mortal Empire from what's it called? Total War Warhammer.
Oh yeah.
Because the reason why I didn't see the Shredder like similarity is because Shredder's helmet goes like this one on top, right? But then he also has like things going around.
He has like the foot symbol. Yeah, he has the Foot Clan symbol.
Exactly, and this one has just like this little like thing here and goes. That's why that's why I said this front part looks kind of like Shredder, but the top part, I don't know. I see why people picked it up, but I didn't pick it up in the beginning. I'll be honest, I'm stupid.
Rokosaki.
Dude, you know how long ago I watched freaking Turtles?
I grew up on Turtles. I love Turtles.
I mean, I grew up on Turtles as well, but so. All right, so then the other one was
quite a few.
The whatever they called. I know I bought those. You're talking about
I don't remember the name that they gave.
Fury, I think Fury something. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed by this one.
I think, all right, so I'm not disappointed about the armor set. I think the feet are a little too like
pointy, long.
It looks like he's wearing clown shoes.
It looks general, not really like. So if I would have had any say into this,
yes,
right, I would have made the shoulder pads bigger, right? More opposing, and I would have done something with the stripes that hold everything together. Because right now it looks like, I don't know, underwear, a big helmet, and clown shoes. Why am I the only one that thinks that way?
Hold it up
Ouches?
next to the
Clown shoes.
no, hold it up next to the fucking cosmetic.
I have to go find the cosmetic
Concept
part of
art.
it. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, this extra work I have to do here. Hold on.
I think another problem with this is, at least on the guy's side, is the guy is not as big and buff and bulky as in the
No.
concept art. But the guy in the concept art fills it out more. The guy here doesn't. Like, he looks
Yeah,
considerably more wimpy than.
yeah, that's, again, you see, that's also the reason why I'm not, like I said, I'm not buying cosmetic packs anymore, simply because the too many renders look a little bit different than the fucking 3D renders.
Yeah, I agree. The shoulder pads probably could have been a little bit bigger. I can't
Okay,
really
got
tell
it,
if
got
they're
it.
metal or fur, like how they are in the concept art.
So this is the concept art. So, and if we compare it, right?
I think you might need to bulk up the.
Yeah. So if we compare this right now, right?
Yeah.
The shoulder pads way bigger.
I think you need to bulk up the. If you're
Yeah,
trying to show off
yeah.
to the audience, you need to bulk up
Yeah,
the
and hold on.
3D render.
And also the shoes are not as long.
Yeah, the shoes are the thing that kill it for me. Like the shoes are
Yeah.
way too like
Hey,
long and
should I make you a
point.
balloon animal?
Yeah. At least on the guy they are. Like the guy, I don't know if it's just the angle, but
Yeah, this show also, I feel like the shoulder, that fur, whatever it is on the shoulders, needs to be.
more out. Yeah, it
Yeah,
needs
exactly,
to like.
right?
Yeah.
But besides that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk. I want to take a quick second. Let's talk overall, like, cosmetics, 3D renders, and concept art in general. So, way back in the day, we had the problem. It wasn't really a problem, more like a complaint from a lot of people, including myself, and a lot of other veterans of the community, that we were getting too.
Early 2000, like
No,
not
no,
early,
no, no, no.
late 2018.
We were getting too much concept art, right?
Yeah.
And now we're slowly catching up on concept art and getting 3D renders. How satisfied are you with the quality of the 3D renders compared to the concept art?
I'm extremely satisfied with the quality of the between concept art and 3D render.
What about you,
I
Faisal?
I think the same, but honestly, like the skeleton, the one that you guys usually talk
A Face
about.
of Sorrow.
The bone
Yeah,
skeleton?
that's the one. I like how they take in the comments and change it. And I think when they do these renders, I don't think this is like the final version of them, you know?
No, I think everything in the game's gonna take a few more passes before we hit release.
Yeah. So from like a concept to 3D render, I think it's fine.
Just
Yeah,
fine.
fine is the right word.
Okay. Um. They also stated, or we also know that the cosmetics that we will be getting in game will be way better than the ones in the cash shop, right?
Yeah, equal to better quality.
Do you guys think after the game releases that will still incentivize people to buy stuff from the cosmetic store?
People are always gonna want stuff from the cosmetic. I don't think it's not gonna. People want like an easy like. Because you have to work your way up to get the better looking stuff.
Yeah.
Or like stuff is gonna still look good through the leveling process. Stuff's gonna still look good. And people always like want like that instant to instantly look cool. I don't think it's gonna stop people from buying cosmetics. Especially the freehold stuff. We'll see how the freehold stuff, where the freehold stuff in game like holds up. In terms of cosmetics and like how out there they're gonna go, because sometimes like for cosmetics, for store-bought cosmetics, you can kind of go more outlandish than you can with in-game cosmetics. In-game stuff has to fit like thematically in-game kind of, whereas store-bought cosmetics you can kind of go like, don't go so out there, don't make it immersion breaking, but you can go a little bit more out there with store-bought stuff.
Like how much out more? Like what exactly are you talking about?
I don't know.
Like give an example.
I
I mean, we already have
don't
demon skins and angel
That,
skins.
those are in game. That like those will have a lore tie-in.
Yeah, but still, already that's stuff for me because of the kicks is already like immersion breaking. I'm not a big fan of like angels and all that shit in my fantasy MMORPGs. Be honest with you. So having somebody run around with a demon skin or an angel skin has always been
I can see that. People probably will do find that. People do finally find that too far out there. Another thing is like, if they don't plan on having like I don't want to bring this up really, but like Stuffertons, if they don't want to have it to where like animated objects can be just bred or like a thing that you can gather, like get in game, like they could sell other mounts and pets in the store, like animated object more type stuff, instead of having them be more biological to fit the animal husbandry kind of thing.
Yeah.
You could have magic carpets, animated golems and stuff like that, because we see a lot of a lot of the stuff that they put on the cosmetic shop are beings made of wood or spirits possessing things, or like they're not like something you would think animal husbandry would be. And they could still have these in game, and it could still be part of animal husbandry, or it could be a part of its own artisan class that's based around animated object mounts and pets and possibly other arcane artifacts.
We haven't seen a 3D render of Staggerson yet, do we?
Stufferson.
Sorry. Staggerson is missing today, and I miss him really.
good save. Then yeah, we haven't seen 3D render of Stuffertons.
I wonder how people will react when that comes out. How do you think people will react when they see Stufferton?
Probably a lot more Stufferton memes. I don't know. If you like Stuffertons, you're gonna like this. I think you're gonna like Stuffertons. If you don't like Stuffertons, you're not gonna like the 3D render of Stuffertons.
Yes, Faisal?
No, I was agreeing.
I think they're gonna use. I think if they're gonna, I think how I picture it being is they're gonna take the bear animations, like the bear skeleton and stuff like that, and make it look like a stuffed animal, like make it look like an actual like in-game stuffed animal.
Are you still that obsessed about the whole bear thing?
My problem with the bears is multi-layered, but it's the fact that like my fact is the thing is that they use a bunch of the animals, and then they just like currently in game in the alphas. This is in the alpha as well. Is that like the raptor, the bear, and all that stuff? Is that they'll just take stuff they already worked on, like stuff that's there, and they'll just reskin it. Like not even like a good reskin, like just like the lava bear is straight up just like the bear and you took a lava texture and threw it over it. It's
Well,
not
what
like
about,
a creative version of. It's not like a creative lava version of a bear.
But there are, okay, let me ask you this. There are two versions of the bear in the game. There's
Mhm.
the one you're talking about, and then there's like the grassland one that's like a bigger.
Yeah, the grassland one's the same way. Like I like the the grass on the grassland bear. Don't get me wrong.
No, I mean
but
like
the
the
wood
one that,
skin. But it literally looks like you took a wood texture and threw it on. It doesn't look like a
No,
wooden
no,
bear.
I'm
It
talk-
looks like you
I'm
threw
talking
it.
about
The one that he's talking about, I think, is like the
The-
Brew Bear, for example.
No. There's one bear in the game, right, that looks way more like a grizzly than the other ones. The brew bear
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, the brew bear doesn't look like a grizzly, because the brew
it
bear is
not?
this. No. The brew bear is the same model as the one Yoni's talking about. There's one bigger, thicker bear than the one Yoni's talking about.
The woolly bear and the
I don't know.
probably the woolly bear or the oathbreaker. Like I know there's a grizzly bear. I know
Yeah,
there's a bear. I
grassland
know that
something, I think it's called.
there is a bear looking bear. Like I don't have a problem with bears in the game. My problem is like I use bears as an example because currently we have like 3 or 4 cosmetic pack bears, and it's like, how are these unique from like how is the brew bear unique from an actual bear? Like if I get a bear in game, what makes the brew bear unique at that point? If I put a barding on the brew bear, does the brew bear still keep the barrels on the side? Is that what makes the brew bear unique? Same with the oathbreaker bear. If I put a barding on a bear, it's just gonna look like, if I put a metal barding on, like an armored barding on the oathbreaker, it's gonna look like we have a bunch of bears cosmetics, and they're just bears.
I mean, we know that everything is gonna get another do-over.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do we have anything else to talk about? Because otherwise, I would say we're gonna call it quits for today.
We've been going for 52 minutes, I think.
Oh, you can do
We
it.
could-
Sure. Because I don't want to torture Faisal anymore, because Faisal looks like he's gonna fall asleep pretty soon.
You're both tired. There's still 2 events going on today for the final day of because today's the last day of the alpha. They're gonna be doing 2 events. They're doing, if you've missed it, you've already missed the level to 20 turning on the PvP. They're going to be doing they might still level people if people haven't leveled yet, but they're going to be doing the 2 siege parties. I don't know what they mean by siege party.
I don't know either, because they need to.
Yeah,
do...
they're You want robot? I don't know.
Faisal, I think you're Faisal, you're roboting. Stop talking. You're roboting. Let me check. So yeah, there's 2 events on Lilith.
Better?
It's
Yeah.
better. So they
I said expect the unexpected.
So they opened up the siege windows on Lilith. I don't even have a character on Lilith. Oh yeah. They maybe should have made, like, I don't know. Could have done that maybe better, because I completely didn't know that they were doing. Lilith is the NA one, right?
Lilith is an NA. It's
Yeah, see, like that's...
NA East server, I think. Yeah. But well, there's something to talk about too. I don't know if you want to talk about it now but so the events were last minute. They called it, like they did events Friday. They did them early in the week too, but today they're doing events. It was like a last minute kind of call thing, and then also like most of these last day events are very NA time frame. They're not EU friendly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're not EU friendly whatsoever, so that's why I'm like missing a lot of the stuff that's going on, because honestly I just came on, did my testing for a couple of hours, and then I went offline. But anyways, I think we're gonna call it quits for today.
Okay.
So everybody, thanks for watching. I think we're not gonna do an after hour today, because I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna go straight to bed. But we will be,
And I'm also gonna pass out.
yeah, we will be back on the 29th.
Let me look. Yes.
All right, yeah. So we'll be back on the 29th. So till then, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will catch you in the Ash Subscription Community Discord.
Bye.
Bye.